Your first paddle key. Whether you're an experienced CW operator or just starting out, this could well be the choice for you. It's a medium-priced key, well engineered, and I think it fits into the budget of many operators. So let's take a look. The Chelegance K-1 key comes in a brown box with no markings on it at all, apart from a barcode. The reason for that is Chelegance is a company in Japan that goes around and finds small production runs of products, or rather cottage industry type products, where the manufacturer is not really geared up to export. They can produce the products, but they've got no export facilities, and the production runs are probably fairly short anyway. And this is where Chelegance come in. They give you access to products that would otherwise you'd never see on the export market. In other words, they'd never reach the shores here in the UK or mainland Europe. Inside, we've got the key nicely protected, and a little purpose-made cover to try and take off without turning it. There we are. That's the key, the K1 key. It's made of solid brass, and I'll just weigh it and put the weight under the on the bottom of the screen here. It weighs 680 grams, so it's well over half a kilo, so it feels quite weighty for its size. And as to size, I'll put the measurements now at the bottom of the screen. You can see that it's quite a compact key. If we take a look at the sideways on view of the key, you'll see that the paddles extend well down. So it means to say that if you're sending CW, you can rest your fingers on the table and still use a paddle, or if you like to move them further up so your fingers aren't on the table or your hands not on the table, then you can use it. So this extended paddle is quite useful and very popular with CW enthusiasts. Cable connection is via these three terminals here, and you unscrew it. You'll see that you either wrap the wire around or put a solder tag on the end and just slip it over the shank of that screw that then screws into there and clamps the cable firmly. Alternatively, you can actually put bare wire through the holes. You'll see three tiny holes on each post. You can put bare wire through there and then just clamp it down with these screws on the top. Now, if I tip the key forward, you can see that there's, on either side there's a spring, and that adjusts the feel of the key. You can adjust the spring so that the movement on the paddle is very easy or gives a little bit of tension. And on either side there, you've got a means of adjusting the tension with some screws there. They don't lock, but they don't need to lock because there's no real movement on there, and that gives you the sort of adjustment of the feel of the key. And further back, you've got another adjustment here, and this adjustment actually adjusts the travel of the paddle. And every operator's got their own preferences. I tend to have mine adjusted so there's not too much movement of the paddle, but some people like more movement. And by adjusting the screw there and there, you can adjust the travel of the paddle. And there are lock-in collars on those adjustments there. So once you've set it up, you can lock it so that it doesn't the movement doesn't wander about. And that is really you're setting up the key for your own personal use. Once you set it up, you shouldn't find that any further adjustment is needed. Now, this key can be used either as a paddle key, which you just move from side to side. You get dots and dashes depending on how you set up the key on your transceiver. Or it can be used as an iambic key. And an iambic key means to say that whichever paddle you press first and followed by the other paddle, you get automatic dots and dashes or dashes and dots. Not everybody is comfortable with an iambic sort of system, but you don't have to use it. It's there if you want to use it. So whether you prefer a paddle, the conventional paddle movement, or iambic keying, this unit will do both. Now, as I said before, this is made of brass and it is really solid. It's nicely machined. It's a nicely engineered unit, and I suspect that there's quite a bit of handmade engineering has gone into this key. It's heavy, and I found it very easy to set up. And I didn't, when I started to use it, I didn't find there was anything that felt wobbly. It's all feels solid, and you know, it's a serious CW key. Now I just want to show you the difference between the normal paddle key movement and what is known as iambic keying. And for the purpose of this, I'm going to concentrate on the letter C, which is da-di-da-di. And if we're using this as a paddle key, we press one side for dashes and the other side for dots. And so if I want to send C, it's a movement on both sides of the key. And that is the normal paddle movement. But iambic keying means to say that if you press one side first and then the other side, you get either automatic dots and dashes or dashes and dots. So I'm going to press the right hand side first, which is the dashes, and then the dots immediately afterwards, and you'll get a series of dashes and dots. So obviously there's very little finger movement needed if you want to send that series. Now the letter C is dash, dot, dash, dot. So if I hold the right and the left paddle immediately afterwards for a short period of time, I'll get the letter C. So there's very little finger movement needed, and that's what's known as iambic keying. It's one of these things you either like or you dislike. If you do use it, it can be quite fast, but it does sometimes blow your mind. So that's the Chelegance K-1 Paddle Key. By the way, if you're looking for an upmarket key, check out our video on the Bengali WRTC 2026 paddle key. It's a commemorative key celebrating the coming 2026 event. I'll leave a link below this video. How do you judge a paddle key? Well, it's heavy, it's nicely made, it's made of brass, it's very easy to adjust. I found that you could adjust the feel that suited my operation preferences. And it looks nice, it's heavy, doesn't move on the desk, and it's easy to adjust. The adjustments can be locked. So I think also that in that price range, it's pretty good actually. You know, there's a lot of paddle keys around. Some of them are very expensive, some of them are quite cheap and lightweight. Well, this one is not lightweight. All right, it's not cheap, but it's not overly expensive either. So if you're looking for a paddle key and this price bracket appeals to you, I think you'll get good value for money. That's the Chelegance K-1 Paddle Key. Thank you for your support on this channel, it's much appreciated. And as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye for now.